Our national debt now exceeds $9.5 trillion, and if you include all of the unfunded entitlements, such as Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the number is more like $53 trillion of obligations. I.O.U.S.A. is an important new documentary, a warning of the serious consequences of this country's economic crisis. It's a crisis caused in part by soaring national debt and rising reliance on foreign lenders and producers.
I do think that piling up more and more and more external debt and having the rest of the world own more and more of the United States may create real political instability down the line and increase the possibility that demagogues come along and do some very foolish things.
You know, I just wonder who could come along who could do anything more foolish than the leaders that we've elected over the past several decades. Former Comptroller General David Walker's efforts to educate all of us about this troubled economy are at the center of I.O.U.S.A. And Patrick Creadon is the writer and director of the documentary, joining us tonight from Omaha, Nebraska. Patrick, that makes me think that it has something to do with Warren Buffett, you being in Omaha. Is there?
Yeah, we're here for tomorrow. We're here for tomorrow night's world premiere. We're going to be live from Omaha, and the film is going to be broadcast to 400 theaters around the country. It's really exciting.
Super. Well, you've taken on David Walker as you ran the government, the General Accountability Office for years, and brought so many important issues to the attention of both the American public and our lawmakers. What do you think is the most important aspect of this that will be the takeaway for the audience of this documentary?
Our financial condition is worse than advertised. We're in tough shape. Our situation is deteriorating with the passage of time. We need to start making tough choices now if we want our future to be better than our past. And we need to start holding elected officials accountable for if they don't act.
You say that if we continue on this course, by the year 2040, the debt to GDP percentage will be 244%. Just 240, 2.5 times the GDP.
Third world nation. And we'll owe it to other countries because today, 70% of our new debt is being purchased by foreign lenders. 50% of our public debt is held by foreign lenders. And that means America is being mortgaged, which is not good for our economy, it's not good for our foreign policy, and it's not good for our national security over the long term.
Why is the American public simply not slamming their fist on the table and saying, what in the world are you fools in Washington doing? Both political parties are absolutely responsible for creating this disaster, and yet these we have people in this country going off with a banner that says Republican and one that says Democrat, and they are so riled up about their partisan branding, they forget they're not accomplishing a darn thing.
Well, two reasons. Number one, because not enough politicians tell them the truth. A lot of people tell them we can grow our way out of this problem. Don't worry about it. We've had higher debt levels in the past, and they're not looking to the future. And secondly, a lot of people have their own problems. They're focusing on their own problems day to day.
Trying to perhaps make do as corporate America outsources their jobs, offshores production. Their political and government leaders bankrupt them by through the folly of public policies that are just ridiculous and have been for 2 decades.
In the meantime, the government is doing more bailouts. It's expanding entitlement benefits like it really has some money.
Right, and somebody should, we're going to do a report here over the next few weeks on all of the money that's been taken out by the CEOs of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all of the people who've made a fortune managing what was an insured result, insured by the federal government. Patrick, let me turn to you. This is a difficult issue at best for the smartest people, for example, like David Walker, no one smarter. But to bring it to life in a documentary, that had to be, that had to be an immense, challenging, difficult, absurdly difficult task.
Yeah, it's a tricky topic, and when we told our colleagues that we were doing our next documentary about the national debt, they thought we were insane. Because how do you explain this topic? Where do you begin? How do you kind of get your head around it? We were lucky very early on. We met David Walker, the Comptroller General, and no one in the country knows this story better than he does. And one of the things that I like and respect so much about Mr. Walker is that he's an independent. He's had 3 presidential appointments, one from Reagan, one from Bush 41, and his third one from Clinton.
It's one of the reasons I like him too, Patrick.
Right. He doesn't have an axe to grind. He's there telling you basically what the score of the game is. And
Did
we're
I
getting
just see
killed right
Steve
now.
Martin in this documentary? What's going on here?
Right. Yeah,
one of the
our
highlights.
documentaries. Yeah, I can promise you that the movie is a lot more entertaining than people might think it would be, considering the subject. It's funny, it's sad, and it's, at the end of the day, it's very scary.
Very quickly, David, we're wrapping up here. Where can people go to see the documentary?
They need to go to the website, capital I.O.U.S.A, and then small letters, themovie.com. That'll tell you all the places you can go, and I think you'll enjoy it.
I.O.U.S.A, themovie.com. All right. And how about if they want to see it? Out in a theater or whatever?
Well, that's right. That'd go there, and it'll show all the theaters that are showing it, when, where, and believe me, it'll be a good investment. But don't put it on your credit card. We already have too much of a debt problem.
David Walker, thank you very much. Patrick Creadon, gentlemen, thank you very much. As always,
Thank you.
came up with a terrific idea. Good to see you, David.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick.